Zelda Dungeons are some of the greatest experiences in gaming. They come in many different forms over a multitude of games, but always have the same core aspects to them, which is what makes them so fun to play through. So today, I'm going to try and explain them to you using art. Now, like I said, Zelda Dungeons have come in many different forms over the 37 years this game has been alive, especially with the advance in technology over time, which broke the Zelda series into two parts. You've got the 2D dungeons, like in the original Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and Link's Awakening. These games are basically like a piece of paper. It's flat and easy to understand and use, but at the same time has so much potential. It's a good old reliable strategy and you can't really go wrong with it. But that doesn't mean it can't get any better, because the second style of dungeons are the 3D ones. You've got Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, and more all in this category. This is basically like switching from a piece of paper to a digital tablet. With it, you can make multiple layers, resize, color drop, undo, and whatever this is. But there's sort of a problem. Much like with art, the Zelda community is in a big divide about these two mediums. You've got people who are all on board the digital art train, and like the idea of having a more in-depth experience which lets them flip around their drawings however they please. And then you've got people who are still holding strong to the traditional art style, and think that the simplicity to it makes it better. At the end of the day though, both mediums are just art. Much like both Zelda styles are still Zelda games. It's not like Nintendo completely changed the fundamentals of Zelda just because the view is different. That would be stupid. Speaking of stupid, if you've played through literally any Zelda dungeon before, I almost guarantee that you felt like an idiot at one point or another. Like, take this for example. The other day I was playing through Majora's Mask for the first time and was making my way through the Forest Temple. Within it, you have to solve specific puzzles, kill enemies, and collect keys in order to advance through the dungeon. But for some reason I got completely stuck in one of the first rooms. No matter how hard I looked or how many hints I was given, I couldn't advance at all. This is like if I sat down in an art class and my teacher, Mr. Nintendo, told me, hey, so for your next assignment, I'm gonna need you to draw me a flower. But not just any flower. I need you to draw me specifically a white Hawaiian hibiscus. So I say, okay, cool. Could you give me an image of that or something? Nope. But what exactly is that? I've literally never heard of that kind of flower in my life. How am I supposed to know how to draw that? And Mr. Nintendo says, you know what? You've got a fair point. So how about I give you a hint? And I say, yeah, that actually sounds like it would be pretty helpful. I mean, it's not as easy as using a reference photo, but it should do the trick. Lay it on me. All right.
In order to complete thy hibiscus of Hawaiian descent, one must use the strokes of a pencil.
Are you kidding me? There's literally the most useless information I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Of course I'm supposed to use a pencil to draw. How is that supposed to be useful at all? I don't know, just figure it out or something. I'm going on lunch break. So with the limited knowledge given to you, you pick up your pencil and attempt to draw that hibiscus flower to the best of your ability. You still don't really know what you're doing, and the only help you're given is a few more hints by some owl dude sitting next to you. Dude, can you like not? But you push on. You draw and draw. Hour after hour passes, and with sweat dripping down your head, you finally lift up your paper and... yeah, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'll try again. I give up. Now, I know dungeons are supposed to be hard in Zelda games. It's a huge part of what makes them fun. You actually have to slow down and use your brain in order to advance through the game, which I love. But if we're gonna be real here, most of you who have played through a dungeon have probably had to search online or in a dusty old magazine at some point to find the answer to a problem, which in my opinion can sometimes take away from the whole experience of the game. I shouldn't have to always use outside materials to draw a flower. It would maybe be nice if the teacher just showed a photo of the flower to me while I'm already in the class, so I don't have to go outside and try and find it myself. However, there is a healthy balance of how much help should be given. Let me explain. In the latest installments of the 3D Zelda series, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Mr. Nintendo flipped the flower assignment on its head. Instead of your regular linear dungeons where you obtain keys and complete rooms in a specific order, Nintendo decided to go for a more open-ended approach. You no longer have one specific way to solve a puzzle. You can now solve it in 500 different ways, in any order you'd like. Plus, they basically point flashing red arrows at each solution to a puzzle, which makes you have to use your brain even less. It's like if Mr. Nintendo said, "All right, class, for your next assignment, I want you to draw the same flower, but this time you can use any kind of paper or canvas and any pen, pencil, or brush you'd like. And on top of that, I'll show you almost exactly how to draw each individual detail of the flower. Sounds good?" And I go, doesn't that sound a little general? Like there's almost too many tools and ways for me to draw this flower now. And you're kind of just holding my hand the whole time, showing me basically exactly what to do to complete the assignment. That doesn't sound very fun or challenging at all. And Mr. Nintendo says, "Well, too bad. This is the future of flower assignments, and you are simply too narrow-minded to understand its beauty. I don't care if you liked the previous assignment for its difficulty. This is the new way we're doing it, and there's nothing you can do about it." Wow. This to me is what is ruining Zelda Dungeons. And if Nintendo continues to go about this modern approach, then no one's gonna want to attend their classes anymore. It's just not that fun. Something that is fun in Dungeons, though, is the boss fights. At the end of every Zelda dungeon since the first ever game, you meet up face to face with a dangerous enemy after completing all the dungeon's puzzles. These range from fire-breathing dragons to giant sand moths, and usually require you to take them down using creative strategies which you learned from the dungeon beforehand. This would be like if right near the end of your flower assignment, the teacher got up and tried to light your paper on fire. So you're freaked out and you have to think on your feet to stop him and save your hard work. The fun part is that you have multiple options you can choose from to stop him. You can try and push him away, dump water on him, or stab him violently with a pencil. Some of these strategies might work and some might not. You have to test the waters and figure out what the best way is to take him down. These quick thinking moments add that extra drop of color to the dungeon experience. It makes all the puzzles you did before feel worth it as you battle to the death with one last obstacle. And the feeling once you finally take them down is unmatched to any other game I've played. I definitely recommend it. So, do I get an A+ now, or? Overall, these dungeons are a beautiful blend of problem solving and epic enemy fighting. The complex designs and clever puzzles is what makes them so special to me and others in the Zelda community. I hope I did them justice by weirdly explaining them to you with art, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. This is my first time doing this sort of video, which was heavily inspired by Doug and his Explained with Food series from a while back, so big credits to him for the idea. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it and want to see more Explained with Art videos. Bye!